Welcome back to What I Wish I Knew. Last week we talked about our homeschooling journey being a tool for spiritual growth in our lives. If you haven't listened to that segment, we would encourage you to do so. This week is part 1 of 2, where we will talk about homeschooling in the early years. As we were putting together our suggestions for the practical advice that we would like to give, we realized that even among us, we tended to approach or handle so many things differently. What may have worked beautifully for one didn't work at all for the others. As we've been homeschooling for many years now, we can say that one of the things we have all grown in is our confidence. Sometimes that confidence gets shaken a bit as we enter a new season. For example, when our oldest enters middle school or high school. But for the most part, the longer you homeschool, the more confident you will become as far as knowing what will work for you and your children. Be encouraged that you too will grow in confidence as you continue in your homeschool journey.
Our first piece of advice is to say that these early ages are the time for mom to get educated, learn about the different philosophies of education. For example, Charlotte Mason, unit studies, the classic model, etc. Which one seems to fit your family? If you have a veteran homeschool mom that you know, ask their advice. Their wisdom through experience and hindsight recollections can be invaluable to you. I used to go and sift through a friend's large personal library of curriculum. It gave me a chance to flip through pages and get a personal impression about the curriculum. I also relied on reviews written by Karen Andriolis. She offers feedback on a multitude of curriculums, noting the pros and cons on her website, homeschoolhighlights.com. In addition to learning about the methods of schooling and education, be prayerful about the areas that the Lord is stretching you to grow in. As we mentioned in the last segment, homeschooling can be the catalyst for so much growth in your own spiritual and personal life. So much in these early years is dependent on the personality and tendency of you, the mom. Are you extremely laid back and flexible? These are great qualities for sure, but the Lord may be encouraging you to develop routines and the discipline of a bit of structure. Are you super organized and scheduled? There are really great things about those qualities, but the Lord may want to stretch you to be more flexible and not get anxious if things don't go according to your plans.
Secondly, and this is a big one, expect to make mistakes. There were many times that I purchased the wrong curriculum because it worked for someone else. But once I gave it a try, it just didn't work for us. Learn to forgive yourself and move on. That's part of the process of educating yourself. It took a while, but I began to be able to look at curriculum and determine whether or not it was a good fit for my child, and not to mention me. Be patient with yourself. You are a student in this process too. Be encouraged by Isaiah 40, verse 11, where it says that he tends his flock like a shepherd. He gathers the lambs in his arms and carries them close to his heart. He gently leads those that have young. In this early season of you as the mom getting an education about homeschooling, know that God is very near and close to you.
Next week, we will start part 2 of homeschooling the early years. We will talk more specifically about time schedules and routines. We really look forward to talking with you each week. Thank you for joining us for What I Wish I Knew.